Tonight at 8 o'clock, I'm going to teach you the difference between conspiracy theories and conspiracy fact. You go to jail for the conspiracy to commit murder. Well, that's not a conspiracy theory. That means you were a part of a conspiracy to commit murder, and here are the facts that show you knew exactly what you were doing, and you colluded with others. That's conspiracy fact. That sends you to jail. Conspiracy theories are something that somebody else can do. Tonight, the conspiracy we call the Democratic Hydra. Tonight at 8 o'clock. Yesterday, we were on the News and Why It Matters with Sara Gonzales, and I asked her if she wanted to read part of the script for tonight's program to get a handle on it, and she said, yes, please. And she's here now. We haven't spoken since you read the script. What'd you think?
It was unbelievable, Glenn. I sat at my house last night going through all of it, and my husband is the director here, and so he's been working with you on getting this all together, and I just kept turning to him and asking him, we really have this? Do we really, we really have this? Are you kidding? Are you sure? Because
what you have is just where we show the evidence, but you don't have the actual evidence.
Right. I didn't see it on the page. I just have the words. I don't have the actual evidence here. So it was just truly shocking to know that all of this information is available if you just look.
Yeah, some of it is kind of hard. Some of it had to come from Freedom of Information Acts, but a lot of it is out there. We have video that they made of it. We have letters from the principals written by them that admit to all of it. And I was shocked. And that's not all we have.
Yeah.
That's not all we have.
I mean, even with the Freedom of Information Act, you would think if the media and Democratic lawmakers care so much about influence and interference in the United States elections that they would be wanting to go to those lengths to find out things that happened in Ukraine, because, I mean, we know already that people were arrested in Ukraine for interfering. You would think that the media might want to go to those lengths to find out more information about it.
So I keep coming back to not in my name, that our money is being used the way it is, and the State Department is doing what they're doing in our name. I am disgusted by it.
Well, the interesting thing to me is there's a whistleblower for Donald Trump's phone call, right? But there was not a whistleblower on any of the things that you've uncovered that have been happening in the State Department for so long. How is it that we have so many people involved in all of these corrupt dealings that are going on, and we don't have a whistleblower on any of it?
So, what's crazy is listening to the impeachment, and this is why it was driving me crazy. I just couldn't listen to it, because they are framing this as Donald Trump, who gave them the javelin, gave Ukraine the javelin. That's what they have been begging for about a decade. Help us. We need tank killers because of Russia. Obama wouldn't do it. He was giving him blankets and Band-Aids and, all kinds of that stuff. But what they really needed was a strong military. So Donald Trump comes in and he gives that. They all say that was good. This is much better than the last administration. He was really helping them. But as soon as he starts to get into, but wait a minute. I thought we weren't nation building. I thought we weren't doing all the things that always get us into trouble. Then they all circle the wagons and they all start to come after him because they've got a good thing going on.
Yeah.
And it's not just in Ukraine.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's why, it's mind-boggling to think you have this entire group of people working, in government, in the State Department, who it makes you wonder, do they go into it because they're already corrupt? Do they get corrupted when they get there? Are they all kind of brainwashed? You know, it makes you wonder, how are they all in on it?
I think some of them are brainwashed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the progressive thing. Some of them really, truly believe that this is the right thing because they believe in that one world government. But to really look at it, you know, if they weren't involved in it, they would watch tonight's show and they would look at it and they go, good God, that's not good. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But it's just normal for them now. What happened with Clinton and Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, what they set up is insanity. It really, truly is insanity. If you think America is the place that is just, you know, look, we want to be there to help people. We want to be there to support people, you know, but we don't want to get involved in your politics. We don't want to start revolutions. We don't want to do that because that has always, that's Bay of Pigs. That is the Shah of Iran. That is Benghazi. That's Libya. Yeah. That's all of the Middle East. That's Iraq, Afghanistan. Tell me where one of these has worked out well.
Right.
And we're doing it. It doesn't stop in Ukraine.
Yeah.
It's going on not only in Eastern Europe and the Middle East. It's going on now in South America. There were 2 revolutions going on right now. What a surprise. They were governments that were very pro-America, very, very pro-free market, you know, conservative, really, nations. And one of the leaders just had to leave to Mexico and be granted asylum. Guess who was there stirring it up? Our State Department. And it's happening here.
Well, you know, the interesting thing to me, too, reading this was they come off like they truly are passionate about these causes that they promote, right? Climate change, you know, the border crisis, all of these issues that they want you to believe they're so passionate about because they care. They're the ones who care. And you look at all of these things that you're going to lay out tonight and you're like, they don't care about any of it. They are using all of these people.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about useful idiots. They are building an army of useful idiots.
All around the world. All around the world. And, you know, I'm convinced that that's why the whistleblower is not coming. I mean, did you see all the stuff with the whistleblower?
Yes.
I mean, the whistleblower, his fingerprints are all over everything.
Yes.
He's not a kingpin. He's Al Capone's accountant. He just knows where everything is. He's involved in everything at a lower level. He's not the idea guy. But that's why you can't have him testify at all. You'll understand why this thing is so scripted and so tight, and no one is allowed on the Republican side to ask certain questions. And it's because it all leads to this.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's interesting. We are now in a world where you're not supposed to believe your eyes or your ears. Adam Schiff is going to be there and tell us the truth. Right? But we've got all of this evidence. No. Adam Schiff will tell you what to believe and what not to believe.
They are, you know, I don't think it's a coincidence that you had the whistleblower. It had to be heard. And then 5 days after our first special, all of a sudden, no, the whistleblower can't be heard. No, we got to protect the whistleblower. I don't even know who the whistleblower is, said Adam Schiff just a little while ago. Really?
I thought he met with you.
Yeah, that's insanity. It's insanity. And so they all of a sudden spun on a dime. And I've been watching because I haven't said certain titles and names and things like that because I know what's going to be said. And I am watching what the New York Times, what Adam Schiff, and everybody else has put out in the last week. They know exactly what we're on to, and they are laying this groundwork down for the counterattack. And I'm telling you, don't buy into it. And the only way you will buy into it is if you don't watch the special. If you don't see the actual documents, everybody who I have told, you're the second person that's been allowed to see the script. Everyone that I have told, and I mean people in Washington, D.C., they've all said the same thing. You can prove that? Yeah, I can. It's a conspiracy theory unless you have the documents that prove it. And we do.
It really puts into perspective how untouchable these people think that they are, that they would have this sort of a paper trail and not think that they will ever, pay for it. Yeah.
That was, we looked at documents and I said, okay, I know this is marked secret or marked, from this person, or it's marked from a FOIA release. Are we sure that this is the actual document? Because it's so crazy. It's so crazy that they would write this stuff down. But they think they're right, and they think they can get away with it, and who's going to stop them? And that's what they're showing right now. This is why I say, and I mean this sincerely, you have to watch tonight's special because we must insist that this goes to a full open hearing in the Senate, and the Senate calls to witness Chalupa, the ambassadors, the whistleblower, and a few others that you will understand tonight. And they must be called because I swear to you, not in my name. This changes my relation. If this is what America is going to be, then I don't want to be a part of it. I'll go back to the Constitution and I'll live my life, but I'm not answering to a government that is doing this because it's everything that the Democrats say we are. Well, yeah, now we are that. Now we are that.
And it's not just our country that's in trouble. It's the entire world.